Hello everybody, welcome back. We are here on the release day for the patch. This will be the Auspice, what are they calling this here? Auspice Blessings or something like that? Let's go to the event page. Festive Auspice, okay. We're doing something a little bit different today. I have not gone through and previously viewed like all of the stats on everything, so we're gonna go through it as we find out about it. I've already gone through the store. I've done the things that I need to do for the store. Um, Boy, what a mess this event is. I wouldn't say it's terrible, but it's certainly nowhere near what I would consider a Interstellar Bazaar. Interstellar Bazaar is by far the best cost of the year. Any of these other random events are kind of rough for their pricing. Alright, first off, if you watch the whatever video it is, I can't remember which video it is, but I think it's this one. You can claim your rewards of 250,000 skill points and 50,000. No, 50,000 skill points and 250,000 Lazarus. So, definitely just click on this little extension thing here. You can hit skip, and it will finish for you. It does seem like there is no special music this time around. Hi, Jenner, how you doing? Hi, Tapazoid. Hi, Proit. Hi, Riley. How you doing today? Um, yeah, not terrible. That's a good reward there. The Auspice Blessings. That is a hard choice to make. Oh, good, you got the 5 million Lazarus. That's good. I need to do that on my characters as well. So, Auspice Blessings is a system in which as you roll, it becomes more expensive. So I believe it was something like 50, 150, 250, 450, 750, 1000, 1250, 1500, 1500. For me, what I ended up getting, and let's see if I can find it here, and we'll go through the rolls that I actually got. So these are the rolls that I got and the order in which I got them. I got the Auspice Capital Nanocore on my 9th roll, which is about $120 or so. 100, no, like $220. Because I already had 1,000 plex laying around, so it's like 100 to 180, somewhere in there, to get this for me. I did choose to finish this in order to get the extra two nanocores for my dreads. So not a terrible deal for me, but what's really screwy is that in the bottom left of that image, you'll see the award for the event. Um, that award, when I was rolling, ended up being a 450 AUR roll. And all it does is just show up on your character when someone views your profile. It is. I would have rather they left that in the home thing. We'll get there in a minute. The renewed Allspice thing. Auspice. I don't know. I do really like this little animated dragon moving around. I think that's pretty cool. In here, you've got your. You have your new renewal rewards. That's kind of interesting. We'll definitely be looking into that. I'll probably just do 10 of the high-sec ones at some point in the near future. Anything else to note? Like I said, this item here was 450 Aurum for me while I was rolling. I would have rather it have been like a 50 Aurum roll. These are the research capital cores. Nothing really special about these research cores. They are meant as a sort of non-upgradable purple nanocore, or you can use them to analyze them and get stats for dreadnoughts. Yeah, that'd be great if you could end up using your Cobra for PvE. As you can see here, I picked up a few Dominic's navies. Yeah, I mean, not a terrible set of rewards, but I wouldn't consider it great. Um, it is not Tapazoid. The Nanocore is pretty limited. We'll get into that in a minute. The good thing about the Capital Nanocore is it will go on literally every capital ship. You've got Ascendant, you've got Shanghai and Cyan, you've got Lucent Moon, which, to note, is a lightweight ship one. The lightweight ship Lucent Moon is the only one that gets the upgrade. It's got a lot of good effects, so long as you actually do the upgrade. Even if you don't do the upgrade, it's still a decent amount of DPS increase. I don't know how long it lasts though. We'll check that out here in a minute. Here you have your visual protocol reconstruction. This is where you can roll for the new animations and stuff. Kinda cool. Kinda cool. Alright. This is probably the biggest disappointment of all of this. Usually we look forward to this renewed Auspice, or like this homecoming festival thing. It is. I don't recommend it. Yeah, I believe him when he says it's 50 million isk, but, like I said, you're not gonna use that all the time. You're only gonna use it in an emergency. Otherwise, you're pretty much gonna only use it on a Ascendant NPC, or on a, I don't know, like an emergency situation where you're just trying to kill things to get out of it. Otherwise, the normal DPS and damage is really good. I think it applies only to the AoE, but we're going to be doing some testing today, Tapazoid. Or the enhanced mode. I'm pretty sure it only applies to the enhanced mode, but we will do some testing. Right, this is actually a really, bad one. There's no boxes here for anything. They've replaced most of the better items with the Cloud AI cores, which aren't bad. The illusory coins. So, yeah, it's not fantastic. You do get these random mission contract supplies, so you'll get 5 there. You'll get another 5, I think, near the end. I just don't really... Yeah, you only get 5. I don't recommend it. It's not worth it. Yeah, not enough skill points. Not enough reward in general, I think. If you get to level 30, 100 cloud learning cores, that's not bad. In total, you're gonna end up with 245 of those cloud learning cores, 5 of those mission boxes. What is that? 18 million skill points? That's a lot of skill points, actually. 18 million? No. Yes? No, 1.8 million. Sorry, 1.8 million. It's a little bit hard to read that number there. 1.8 million. 600,000 Lazarus. Some coins that you'll probably never use the function of. 2,400 IP. That's a decent amount of IP. And then 50 neural supplements, so... It's just okay. I wouldn't say there's anything here that I would really want to do. If I do the missions here, it's literally just going to come down to how much the missions are giving. Alright, so there's nothing left there. Let's go ahead and move to the store now. Oh no. What kind of glitch did you encounter? I know I've encountered one already. Now let's see if it's fixed itself. Nope. Eh. Wait, maybe it has. Let me see. I don't know. It's weird. Can't do encounter or lab, looping of refresh loop, and giant no sign with the jump button. Yeah, I think people, I think it's a current bug being fixed. Alright, so first change, they drop you on the Omega Clone screen instead of on the Bestsellers Home Returning Festival screen. So they're really trying to push the Omega Clone. There is not much of actual value to players here. And one thing I'll mention, the capital draw supply, these are clone bound. These are absolutely clone bound. So you can't even sell these if you got them. The one that you can sell is the general computing chip. Ah, yeah. That's a pretty good way to cause a glitch. These you can sell, and if you got 500 of them, I mean, you're talking about like 4.5 billion. So not terrible, but that's only if you got that reward. Yeah. This box will give you the missions. I don't know if these are, yeah, these are random. You don't get to select what you want. The Dreadnought box. This is completely worthless to me. I know some people use them. This is the only item that you can actually sell in the boxes. You'll get, 30 compressed nanites after 20 openings. That is this reward right here. After 40 openings, you'll get the opt entry analysis. And after 60 openings, you will get the capital box. Yeah, that's precisely why I went for the, let me pull it up here. This thing. The reason I did this is because the 60 boxes that this would take is way more Aurum than what it would cost me to get it from rolling. So, I got the capital one for like 2/3 the cost of doing it through the boxes just by doing that roll. It's not great. We're looking at like 6,000, 7,000 something AUR for that Nanocore if you do it through the Auspice Blessings, or 10,800 if you do it through the boxes. It's definitely more beneficial that if you want the Nanocore and you only have one ship that you're upgrading, just do the blessing instead of the boxes. Unless you really need that ISK. If you really need the ISK, yeah, no top off rewards. Yeah, if you really need the ISK, do the boxes because you can sell those, competing chips. And you'll get skill points, I did see that. But, I don't know. I just don't feel like it's personally worth it to go for the box versus going for the Auspice blessing. Alright, Marshall box. You can get the Soaring Dragon Marshall, or the Marshall Auspice. I think if you go with this one and you do the Rapid Fire, the Rapid Fire module plus the Auspice Core is going to be pretty insane. I do love the look of this, though. It looks really good. And then you have your Battleship box. Be careful with the Battleship box, because it does not apply to every battleship. You have the Material, the Nestor, and the Nightmare. Those are your only 3 faction battleships. Of course, the Material can go up to the Marzio, so it'll apply to the Marzio. But yeah, Nestor and Nightmare. Why is the dragon so short on the Nestor? Oh, it's short on all of them. Interesting. Anyway, so those are the only 3 faction battleships, 4 faction battleships if you include the Marzio. And then it can go on the Apocalypse, the Raven, the Megatron, and the Dominix. These are the 4 Navy issue battleships. And yes, they do apply to the other ones, so you'll have like the Raven, Raven Striker, and Raven Navy that this can go on. Or like the Dominix 2, the Dominix Special Ops, and the Dominix Navy issue. But it will not apply to something like the, trying to remember the name here. The battleships that use the Citadel module. The bomber battleships. Does not go on those. So be careful if you're looking at getting this Nanocore. Make sure your ship is in the list. We also have the return of the Soaring Dragon Nanocore. That is a pretty decent Nanocore. Particularly, the only one that's really worth it is the Armageddon. And the Dominix, I believe. Yeah, the bomber battleship should have had this Nanocore, I believe. And then you have the Dragon Chant box. Also an okay one, but not like amazing by any means. You at least get the Rattlesnake and the Cobra here. You can get the Vargas and the Anubis. There is a Orca Nanocore available. For those of you looking to get a Nanocore for your Orca, the Dragon Chant Nanocore is available now. So you'll get drone mining amount and ore hold capacity. This does like nothing for mining, so yeah, not really worth having that on here. But the stats on this are pretty decent. Yeah, the blue and white nanocore is so good. I like the design of it. Yeah, I think it's a pretty relatively decent mining nanocore. So that's not a bad choice. Yeah, no orca for anything other than Dragon Chant. Hi Triffin, how you doing today? Yeah, not bad. I wouldn't say that any of these nanocores, like the Dragon Chant, or actually that could be a really good one. I don't know what it gets though. Dragon Chant could be a really good one for the Fiend. Alright. Ah, your Bomber nanocores are back. Nice. Yeah, it's not often that the bomber battleship or the bomber frigates get a nanocore, but now it is back. So if you missed it last time, you have a chance to get it again. And that's pretty much it on the monetary side of things. Let's have a look at the actual nanocore for the battleship. I did pick one up because I was wanting to show it off, and I'm still not sure if it's going to be worth it compared to Thermomagnetic Stormcore. Yeah, no, that's changing on the 4th. Yeah, no, that Nanocore exchange page is going to be updating on February 4th. I think we're going to grab our Dominic's Nanocore here. Like I said, we're going to be comparing it to the base Dominic's Navy that I use, the thermomagnetic nanocore, and then we're gonna have the Auspice nanocore. Yeah, I don't know about what the so there's that all attribute damage option. We're gonna start, I think, with the Auspice here. I really hope the high sec missions are decent. Let's see what we can change here. We're gonna go full white there. Interesting, you can kind of change, like, the middle of the ship. Ooh, that's got some good coloration there. Yeah, that's alright. I wouldn't say it's, like, amazing. What are we doing with this here? I don't see anything changing on this one. I don't know if it's affecting... I don't know what it's affecting. Yeah, don't know what it's affecting. Okay. So that's a completely worthless color slot. And of course you have the lights. You can kind of see a couple of the lights changing color. Hey, Builder, how you doing today? Oh, interesting. The dragons... Wait. So the dragons get longer as you, have this Nanocore on. That's kind of interesting. And then they start getting shorter, maybe? I don't know. But look at that. Anyway, that's kind of the situation with the color scheme. Let's have a look at the... Oh, interesting. This core is already available for AI. Normally, we have to wait for a... Yeah, normally we would have to wait, but we can just go straight into AI now. That's good. That's how it should be. Alright, let's have a look at these stats here. Armor, warp stab, and warp speed. Maybe I would go with the warp speed or the stability. Ooh. Yeah. Already having... Yeah, this is the Auspice Nanocore. And it does have access to AI on day one, which is good. Thermal damage. Nice. This will be an interesting one then. Let's see here. It's not as deadly as Thermal Magnetic Storm Core so far. Another, like, warp speed and warp stability. More thermal damage. No Concord Dread, no. Let's see here. If it gets one more thermal, yep. Yeah, we're gonna show it off being used as long as we can grab a mission. I know there's a glitch going on. Yeah, that's not bad. I would say at the moment this might be like the third best DPS nanocore. Yeah, at least for now, it won't exist. I'm sure one day they'll do it. They can't help themselves. Yeah, at the moment, off the top of my head, I think the the three best PvE nanocores are gonna be Star Melody, Thermomagnetic Stormcore, and now Auspice. Let's go ahead and undock these two here. Yeah, it might be really good, but let's go ahead and see what we can get out of it.
Undocking.
I have a feeling that the thermomagnetic storm core is going to be better average DPS, but maybe with the activate. Oh, I need fuel. Hold on.
Docking request accepted.
I need to put the fuel. And I should probably do the same with... Nah, I don't think I need to do the same. I don't know, we'll show off, like, the normal Dominic's Navy without. Without any Nanocore on it. That way we have a sort of baseline and how much it goes up from there. If with, like, just having the implant Nanocore. We are using aerospace implant. Currently, I believe it's on the tracking and stuff. I don't think I hear the music. Unfortunately, I'll have to go into that and see. Alright, so activating the siege mode. That puts us about 4,500 DPS on one, 3,701 on the others. Remember that the Auspice Nanocore has an activatable mode. You can enhance the mode for 50 million ISK. That is absolutely the cost of that. We'll check that out in a minute. For now, I want to see what it does to the DPS when I activate this. Oh, no target active. Okay. Let's go find a mission then. Yeah, unfortunately no mission. Oh, wait. I think it loaded for a minute. Nia Biden, okay.
Fleet jump.
Here we go.
Warp drive
Oh no,
active.
no, this is not, yeah, the Cobra, 650 HP. You might be able to do, like, the large raids. I don't think you'll survive the, large mains. The mains are really rough. You might need, like, a little bit more DPS.
warp.
Warp drive active.
Alright, here we go. Alright, let's see where this goes from here. I'm gonna go ahead and activate the mode. Okay, so the mode is not splitting damage. Let's see where it puts us for DPS. 4,600. Which is pretty much the same DPS as the standard Dominix with the thermomagnetic storm core. It only seems to last about 30 seconds. Yeah, three ships would be fine if you're in a raid like that. Let's go ahead and activate our
Enemy ships
implant here
detected.
so I have a little bit better range. And on the next one, we'll try the activated mode. So right now, we're pretty much outputting 4, 8, 12,000 DPS with these three Dominix navies. Yeah. The enhancement is not permanent. If I go and do this, you can see here 50 million ISK for the enhanced mode. You have to invest it every time you want to use that more expensive
Enemy
mode.
ships detected.
Yeah, we might not get our cooldown before before we finish this. I really do like flying the three Dominix navies. They're fun. Okay, when this comes off cooldown and the next wave spawns, I will activate the enhanced mode. And we'll see what kind of DPS we get out of that. That's funny.
Enemy ships detected.
Alright. Let's see if I can activate this mode. and really just like go ham on it. So that was 50 million ISK. We still only have like 4.6 thousand. Still waiting on it to come off cooldown. It seems it gets a longer activation time with the enhanced mode. Yeah, looks like the AoE worked. I didn't pay much attention to it. But yeah, I did see a lot of other things taking damage. I don't know that I would ever spend that on like a 4 million-isk lab again, but...
Enemy ships detected.
For me, I feel like the Auspice Nanocore is better for something like a Lucent Moon that can solo a Sancho raid, or a Cyan or a Shanghai that can solo that kind of Sancho raid. Because that 50 million-isk cost is not gonna break your bank. However, using it on a battleship will absolutely kind of ruin it. I think if they were to adjust the cost of it per, like, ship tonnage, maybe on a battleship it could go down to, like, 15 million? I think it might be reasonable. Maybe even 20 million on a battleship. It'll be reasonable. Yeah, I mean, the cooldown's not bad. 180 seconds is pretty fast for a cooldown. But I would personally rather have the constant 4.6 thousand DPS on thermomagnetic than having this activatable mode. I don't think there's any reason for us currently to have this mode compared to, like, thermomagnetic Stormcore just giving us the DPS, like, all the time. See, I would rather have Star Melody as well, except for when you're on a sniping battleship like the Dominic's Navy, where I have it set up like this. Interesting. So up at the top of the screen there's this little purple symbol, and it tells you that is your mark to tell you that you're using the activation on that ship. Okay. Well, certainly an interesting nanocore. But personally, I don't think it's really worth having on a battleship. On something like a Lucent Moon, a Shanghai, or a Cyan, that's a pretty good choice. On something like a Nullsec Dreadnought, yeah, that's a pretty good choice, especially if it can solo, like, the CTRs, UHRs. Yeah, have fun with the Inquisitor. Oh, hey, look at that. Did you see the, firework there? That was fun. Alright, so we're gonna take these ships back to Gina.
Autopilot engaged.
I'm gonna take that one to perimeter, and this one can go back to Gina. I think that pretty much covers everything
Warp
for the
drive
update.
active.
I know we have the new, Waste Seeker missions, but I want to wait in case there's a bug with those. So yeah. Thank you all so much for joining me today. And I will see you on the next one. Take care, and be safe. We'll probably have one later tonight.